ご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, the MOBA expert Sugi here, and today I'm gonna be talking about this newly revealed MOBA game from Korea called Ascendant One, developed by a studio known as DevCat. Don't know anything about them. Also, I'm not aware what is the developer behind this game, but a couple of my subscribers talked about the game to me, so I decided to kind of share some of my thoughts regarding the game and what we know so far. So the very first thing I want to address is don't get your hopes too high. And here's why. Because I've been in this MOBA game from the start, okay? And I know what happens when South Koreans make games and what happens when they try to publish them to the West. So I think one of the oldest examples is Core Masters. I hyped this game on my channel for 2 years or something. It never made it to the West. It made it to Japan, and pretty much the game was unsuccessful, and they ended up like doing a mobile version out of it or something. And the game was really good. It had great graphics for its time. The designs were amazing, but they just didn't have the right publishing partners. And this also comes into more two recent cases where we have Master X Master, which was closed, and then we had Hyper Universe. I'm not sure is that game still sticking around, but both of these games, were launched in the West, and both of them kind of, fell on their faces. I think that, they did a lot of bad mistakes, when it comes to the monetization policy in Master X Master. And obviously they didn't want to go to Steam, which was a big mistake. And that's what I always say when these new games come. If you're not on Steam, you're fucking nowhere on this MOBA spectrum. And you can't do it, being out of Steam. We had, big game like Paragon and Gigantic. These were on consoles. They had their standalone clients. Didn't work. Sorry, didn't work. They weren't on Steam and they failed. And that's just what I'm saying. So this game is only launching in early access in South Korea right now. So maybe if I get lucky, I will get some type of a press key, or I maybe use a VPN to go play the game. I don't know yet. So there will be some future content out of this game, obviously, but we don't have any information regarding will there be a Western release for the game, or is it just going to be a game that's going to be only in Korea. And what is making this game a bit different from the rest? Well, first of all, it is sci-fi based, and yes, we had a couple of those before. There was the one with vehicles. I don't remember that one right now. Then there was Supernova, that also failed. I think that was also might have been a Korean, or it was at least an Asian game, and that fell also. But this one actually is a lot more impressive in terms of the graphics. The high detail models, which were revealed before the gameplay, are actually way too detailed for a helicopter view type of a game actually. And things that kind of make this game unique is that the map in this game is sort of a globe than it is actually like this sort of standard alone type of a map, and the map is actually quite big, but there are many ways to travel around the map, like these teleportation pods, and then you have like some type of flying mode which you can use, but if you get shot while you're flying you might fall down. And there are some interesting gaming elements inside the game. Also, you can like level up certain stats when you level up in the game inside. There seems to be quite a lot of characters already, like maybe over 12 or 15 by the looks of it. I haven't had like a good look yet, but graphically it does look very impressive. It doesn't seem to have like any frame drops. The animations are there. It doesn't look clunky. One thing that I would have a bit of a concern is the color coding is somewhat misleading based on some of the footage I looked. It was kind of hard to see like who is the enemy, who is the ally, and this because there's so much detailed on the actual ground of the map, it gives me this sort of like a same thing that Dota 2 has a bit of an effect on me, where a bunch of things happens, bunch of explosions, you don't know what the hell is going on because it's like really messy, because there's so much detailed in the SFX and the units and even like the normal minions that go on the map, which also should be like color coded or something that is maybe easier to read them. But that's probably the only concern what I have regarding the graphics. But everything looks very neat, as I said, looks very fluent. And you know, the characters also, them designs, some of them look obviously kind of Asian-like and, you know, bit stereotype designs which I've seen before, but some of them are really nice, and I always, you know, preferred that style over than like the Western style of things. And I think there's going to be a very, very huge audience for this game if there's going to get to release on the West. But as I keep saying, or as I said in the before, we don't know the publisher, or at least I don't know. And if it's Nexon, well, actually it doesn't matter who's the publisher in Korea, if it's Perfect World or Nexon or what else. There's the third big company, CJ. I think they publish also games. It doesn't matter, because if these people go the same route as every other Korean MOBA did, where they didn't go to Steam, okay, granted, a couple of them went to Steam, but if it doesn't go to Steam, I don't think it will be able to build up like any type of an audience, and they will have a lot of marketing issues. They don't do a referral program for the game, they don't spend enough ad money to promote the game or get the big streamers and YouTubers into the whole fold. There are a lot of things that really play into making a game popular. And also, I think and I've talked about in my last video that it's so hard to break into the Dota and the League of Legends and Smite crowds. It's just it's not oversaturated scene by no stretch of imagination, only on mobile. But it just seems to me that you need like a very big company behind it, and you need a publishing plan that is a fucking killer, because the gameplay aspects of this game, I think, could meet the standards and make it like a really, really big game. It looks very finished to me, and as I say, like, if we compare it to like Master X Master, that was a game that had been out for Korea quite long, and its graphics are not way as detailed as this one. And I think the whole globe thing and other aspects inside this game will make it quite interesting. And there's other gameplay aspects which I don't even know about, which will be included, which will make it kind of like different from rest of it. And obviously it is used by Unreal Engine, so I think that will be appealing to certain audiences as well. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this game will fare out. And I will dig into how to get into the Korean server and all that, and maybe release a video guide for that later on. But I don't know what is the process, if it needs like phone numbers or something like that. That's gonna get really tricky, because Koreans use like national, they even like use their like own, they use either phone numbers or like national passport, some ID card shit to play certain games. So they got like huge restrictions there. So we don't know how it's gonna turn out, but it does have promise. But as I said on the beginning, don't get your hopes too high, because we had this history of Asian games launched on the West and it's been a totally shitting the bed. So unless some really, really big partner joins up with them, I don't see, you know, it happening, you know, it becoming a successful. I just don't see that happening. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more MOBA games. I'm going to get back to reviewing some of those mobile ones on the channel. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time on the next review or first impressions or whatever it may be. Cheers.
터널링은 엑시움을 사용해서 아군의 건물 근처로 이동할 수 있는 스킬이군요.
그렇죠. 그러니까 터널링을 말씀드린 이유는 지금 체력하고 에너지가 좀 없죠.
아, 네.
Z하고 X로 Z하고 X로 각각 체력 회복과 에너지 회복을 하실 수가 있어요. 이건 역시